Hello there, world. I have returned. 2 videos, 1 day. Oh, yes, it's happening. The Dance of Death. Ooh, what an aptly named little miniature. And when I say little, I mean quite large. Very large miniature. This miniature is not a miniature you'll probably use on the gaming table. Mostly because it's not exactly a versatile miniature. It doesn't even have a stand possibility for the people involved in the. Basically, it's a scene. It's a scenic. It's two dragons fighting on a mountaintop. Not a lot of, unless you were using some sort of statue. Not really much use for that. Lots of sprues on this one. All right, hold that thought. Got to shut off the old chicken. Yes. I like my chicken cooked low and slow, so I do a lot of broiling and baking. Yes, it's good. All right, so we can see here some lower flanks of our dragon friends. Although this makes up the bulk of this dragon's body, doesn't it? And they all seem to be things I can break off. Okay, without any real issue here. So we'll go ahead and pop that one off. All right, we got wings. What appears to be a tail. This is going to hook into a rock. More wings. And you start to get an idea of just how big this model is. Although the dragons themselves aren't very big. We'll go ahead and break these off too. Okay. Yeah. But the total model is the tallest of the whole Kickstarter, or as I recall, although I gotta say that Treant looks pretty tall, so we're gonna have to do a compare and contrast. Lots of pieces. Ooh, there's a head. Well, we can break that one off too. No big deal. We'll file it later. This one's a bit more problematic, but that's what putty's for. Always said. Not too bad. All right. Okay. So, which goes to which, you may ask? Is that a fit? Looks like a fit. No. Okay, well, if that's not a fit, surely that is. Sure. All right, you're gonna go. Aha. Come on, Betsy, get in there. Good golly. All right. Well, let's see here. Let's see. Tab A, slot B. Let's go. Huh. That one doesn't want to stay in, does it? Maybe we got it backwards here, but it seems to fit, which means we might need glue to hold this in. All right. A lot of moving parts to this model, guys. Perhaps that's why. There we go. Aha! Tab A, slot B. Now, you'll notice that this one's right leg is this one's hand. Mm-hmm. Gotta go this way, don't it? There we go. Woohoo. Okay. Aren't they sweet? Best friends. Okay. Yep. Maybe. What's the right size? Ah. There we go. Dragon 1. Dragon 2. Woohoo. Anyway, this is not going to hold together well. Anyway, these two are fighting on top of this mountain, which is hollow on the inside. All right. Lots of details on this, don't you think? Of course, being as big as it is. So all told, this thing is like, so. I mean, it's going to be really tall. Because, you know, we got these two dragons here. They're going to go up on top of here fighting each other. Oh, something like that. And basically, this is a bookend, is what this is. This is not, you're not going to use, you could use this right here. This part could be terrain. And you could, if you cut this out, actually make these into their own dragons. You'd have to be very creative with some putty. However, I wouldn't recommend doing that because what you spent on that model, you probably could have bought, you know, I don't know what it's going to retail for. But I'm going to imagine that, yeah, for what you spent on that dragon, you could probably buy, well, that's not good, 3 or 4 of these. Pre-painted joints. I mean, more than that, really. If you buy stuff on sale, I don't recall the exact price of these. Now, don't get me wrong; these are small in comparison to those. But if you're just looking for dragons, I mean, let's face it, guys. We have this obsession with Dragon minis. How many do you actually pull out and put on the table? If you're fighting that many dragons, if dragons are popping up that much in your campaign, you're probably doing something wrong. Because dragons are supposed to be something you're scared of. They're supposed to create awe. Dragon fear is a thing. They're supposed to be iconic villains, not random encounters, typically. Unless you give the party a way out. Anyway, we're running a little long on this video. I just wanted to... Now, this was one of the last minis I pulled the trigger on. I think it was $30. And I figured I could use a nice bookend. It's a real pretty model. It's great sculpting. Not very practical, though. But you didn't buy this model if you were looking for a practical, usable mini, I don't think. And if you did, like I said, if you really wanted to, you could convert this. You could have 2 dragons. Now, what type of dragons would they be? Well, again, Reaper, they have to do knots. They can't make a red dragon, blue dragon. They can't look like the TSR products, So, looking at these, you got a little room to play with these, I think. Let's get you guys out of the way here. Okay. So, 2 dragons fighting to the death. What kind of dragons are they? Well, if we look at this one, it's got these big horns. Focus. Okay. But it's not a standard dragon. It could be a red. But I would go more with a gem dragon on this one. I believe a sapphire has a similar look, or a topaz. Even an amethyst could look this way. They kind of all have the same kind of head shape, as I recall. Now, gem dragons are looked over a lot these days, but there was a time when they were actually well thought of. And though not as powerful as other dragons at first glance, when you account for psionics, this one could be a red. This one fits the bill. It could pass for an ugly green, maybe. Honestly, you can paint it however you want. Or you could go gem dragon with it, too. Definitely not good dragons, I wouldn't imagine. But you can paint them up any color you want, If you look at this bronze, I don't know. I don't see much similarity here. But if you painted this puppy bronze, oh, come on. It could be a bronze, even if it doesn't look exactly right. So that's the trick on these, is picking the color you want the dragons to be. And if you're not using them for a game, it doesn't matter, does it? So there's that. Anyway, that's all I got on this video. The Dance of Death. Maybe one of these days I'll assemble all these kits and put them out on display and show you guys what they look like. That's the goal. Anyway, I hope you find all the miniatures of your dreams while you're awake. And I'm going to go ahead and finish out this Bones 4 stuff. And that way we can get on to other things, amazing things. And hopefully Bones 5 comes along soon, right? That way we can all fill our basements with even more stuff we'll never paint. Okay. Have a great day.